It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we've got some history in this battle of AFL alumni. It's the Broncos and the Silver and Black, coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
And we are underway at Allegiant Stadium. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their rookie QB, the young man out of Oregon.
His ability to adjust on the fly is almost unmatched in the game right now because it leads to a couple of snaps per game where you just sit back and ask yourself, how did he pull that off? Opponents can practice and prepare each and every week all they want, but this guy, he is hard to corral.
Now a first carry for the former Tar Heel, Javonte Williams. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
For that kind of run on first down, that's a winning type of a run. That just sets things up for them moving forward as they begin the drive.
2nd and 6. They'll stay on the ground with Williams. And bulldozing his way through. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down.
And that's how you get started and open up a game. Really well-blocked play. Picked up a nice chunk of yardage. If you're the offensive line, that's exactly what you've talked about all week long in your meetings. Establish the line of scrimmage and take control. And they gave their running back plenty of room to rumble.
And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49. A gain of just 2. From just across the midfield stripe, here's a 2nd and 8. To throw, here's Nix. Throw right side, complete to Williams. So nothing doing there. And 3rd and 8 now. They couldn't get anything going there out on the right side of the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
Nix to the air. That is caught. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 38-yard line. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
He'll air this one out for Mims. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Marvin Mims, 38 yards. And the Broncos are on the board first here in Vegas. Boy, just zero hesitation from the rookie passer there, partner. He is coming out firing in this opening quarter.
And all the talk leading into this game was that pass rush talking about challenging this guy, getting into his grill, getting into his space. And how about him? Might be his first year in the NFL, but I don't see any fear in him at all. How about that big-time throw right out of the gate?
Will Lutz on for the point after. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it ends with a Denver touchdown. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So now it's the Raiders' turn to go on offense for the first time. And they're led out by their mobile quarterback out of West Virginia. It's Geno Smith.
I still remember back in 2013 when he was drafted out of West Virginia. He was coming off of back-to-back 4,000-yard seasons for the Mountaineers. Hadn't seen as much game time in recent years, but at one point, a capable starter in the NFL.
This goes out wide from Madison. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4. Now a quick throw out wide to Myers. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. They'll try to get it on the ground with Madison. Yeah, this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there. An ideal start defensively. They already have the touchdown. Now they get the stop.
Just like they drew it up on the chalkboard. Does that sound dated? Right? Am I out of touch a little bit?
It's all right.
All right, grease board, heck, computer. Exactly what you want, though. Score on your first drive. Stop them on the first drive defensively.
So on 4th down, here's A.J. Cole to punt for the Raiders. And Marvin Mims deep for Denver. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Well, they may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
They stick to the ground game on 1st down. It's Williams. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 6. Again, it's Williams. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48.
We are watching a runner having a really nice game. Carrying it very well. Vision is excellent, but boy, look at the help he's getting. Offensive line, I think they're pretty eager to block for him.
Here now, 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And down he goes, but the stiff arm utilized effectively there, and it helps him move the sticks. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game.
And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
That to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
And I could see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
Now it's Nix. Throw to the right, caught by Dulcich. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. To throw is Nix. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Beautiful throw right there on 3rd down, and it looked like this was going to be 6 points, but a nice touchdown-saving tackle at the end of this. Even still, this offense is knocking on the door now with a 1st and goal at the 1.
Williams is into the end zone for a Bronco touchdown. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Lutz to try to add the PAT. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. That time a 9-play drive. And it was capped off by a Javonte Williams touchdown. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Madison. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. Second down and 4. Throwing is Smith. This is Alexander Madison out of the backfield with it. And all the way down to the 10-yard line. It's a big play there for Vegas. 54 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here's a give to Madison running right. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal. Going to run with Madison again. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal. Smith.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
Well, it's been a tough go for them. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a 4th down. Well played.
The kick by Carlson is good, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
And Denver getting set to take the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And incomplete, a drop there in the middle 3rd of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Up the middle, it's Williams. And he'll be tackled at about the 35.
64 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Third down and 1.
Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Denver has the first down, the play going for 15 yards. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
And he'll get this down to the 48-yard line.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Nix. Short throw caught by Dulcich.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
After one, a 14-3 ball game. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2. The Broncos on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Broncos first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
At first glance, I thought he just used his size in order to win the route. But he also had a little subtle move in there as well. Made the defender think he was going one direction and was able to track the ball in another.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And that one never got off the ground. He's going to be stopped up well behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss.
Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Gotta love a guy who'll stand in there and deliver. No matter what the pressure, waits for the route to come open, hangs in there, and completes the pass.
Well, this drive, they're a perfect 2 of 2 on third down conversions, but they need a full 10 yards here. Throwing Nix. And this is going to be incomplete. So 2 third down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with fourth down.
A good job in coverage there. They took away his top read on the play, so he went through his progressions and ended up settling on his running back who scored on their last possession, but the coverage held. It goes incomplete.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds, and they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. The Raiders offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And he has been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers for this first half. This defense is going to need to find some way to key in on him because he is eating them up right now. Open man is Myers. Just a gain of a couple there. And that's going to bring up second down. Here's Smith. That one complete to Trey Tucker. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
Well, this hasn't really been a first half to remember on either side of the ball, but I think this kind of makes this an important drive. You'd love to get this back to a one-score game if you can, and that's good work there to get some yardage here and pick up the first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Geno. And that's incomplete.
No sense risking anything there on first down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who could make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Geno. Tucker hauls it in over the middle. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. To throw is Smith. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
Pretty heavy traffic over the middle on that one, and somehow he emerged with the football. Way to possess it despite all the extra contact and people around him.
Now Smith. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Two yards to go, 2nd down. They'll go Madison up the middle. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, you know they had a 3rd down play on standby just in case, but he says no need with that carry. Runs like that will continually earn him more work in this and future contests.
Geno now to throw. Short throw caught by Bowers. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
From the gun, here's Smith. And that went to the right side and incomplete.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
The Raiders on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Back to throw, Smith. Able to hit his target, it's Mayer. And he is going to have the Raiders first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
Good protection there on 3rd down. This is just a simple flip to his tight end outside the numbers, and he's able to haul it in and pick up the first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Madison running on first down. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Cody Barton there to bring him down.
No gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about different style of running in order to get this guy going.
2nd and 10. Now Smith. Fighting through pressure. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
Well, he left no doubt about that one because even though he hasn't left the pocket, he's got a receiver in the area, so it's not grounding, even though there was no way that ball was going to be caught.
Well, this drive, they're a perfect 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need a full 10 yards here. They'll fake it. Now Smith. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. Denver Broncos back out there. Former Tar Heel Javonte Williams, we shine the spotlight on him. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the 2nd quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be 2nd down. To throw, here's Nix. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Max Crosby able to drop him for a loss of a couple. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, here's your first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one because they took away his arm, but he was more than happy to dissect them with his legs for that first down pickup.
Now a first down carry, it's Williams. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. Solid running on the carry, but still brought down just inside the 40. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. Now that's to the left sideline and incomplete. The Raider defense strong on that one in coverage, and now it's fourth.
And based on my math, they've only converted one time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. Third downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this will remain an 11-point spread.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You've got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts. You could tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Tucker. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. They need 2. Here's 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Smith. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first. Smith now to throw. Pass complete right side to Bowers. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Smith. Open man right side, Myers. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now it's Smith. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
And down here, 1st and goal, if it's not there, don't force it. You've got at least 2, if not 3 more shots at it. So that's a wise move to get rid of it.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Throwing again is Smith. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Here's Smith. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. How about the defensive stand here from 1st and goal? 3 straight incompletion.
Yeah, I think people are wondering why didn't they try and run it at least once in there. But once the first incompletion happened, it's almost like they were committed to throwing the ball from then on out.
Carlson able to put this one through. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Broncos offense and Javonte Williams head out for this next drive. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him and your offensive line. He's had big hole after big hole to run through in this first half. To throw is Nix. Quick throw, finding Dulcich. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Nix. Same connection, Dulcich once again. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Nix. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, this from 46. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead here to 17-6. So a big play before the end of the half to get them into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
It was former Tar Heel Javonte Williams with the solid first half. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this third quarter of action. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Raider offense ready to go here to start the third quarter. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Now a give to Madison. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's second down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. A short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that's going to make it third down and less than a yard.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Running from the shotgun with Madison. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Well, partner, I haven't seen a vote for most popular player on the team. This guy's got to get a lot of votes. He does not care, does he? Totally unselfish, physical runner, doesn't worry about yardage, just keeps moving the chains, being a team player.
Back to the ground on first down. Here's Madison. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Throwing is Smith. To the left side, there's Mayer. Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now third down and 6 to go. Smith. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on third down, forcing the errant pass. Fourth down coming up.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Throwing Nix. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
I tell you what, that's a veteran play from a guy in his first season in the NFL. A lot of rookies are trying to force something there. He thought better of it, and that was the right decision.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Now it's Nix. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he will have a Broncos first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turned it into a successful play.
Now a give up the middle to Williams. He'll get this to about the 38. And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Nix to the air. And this will be incomplete.
and he still doesn't have a catch. We're into the second half. I think it's a little bit of a surprise to me, but that was one he should have caught.
Absolutely. That was his best opportunity right there. He dropped it. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Looking to throw. Nix. Forced out to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
It certainly appears that he's been able to get a read on how they've wanted to contain him in this game. He's seen some places where he can beat them in big spots, and right there, he slides in with ease for the first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 39-yard line. Back to throw. Nix. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
And good yardage there on first down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd down and 3. Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. They run it again with Williams. And Williams is going to be stopped short of the yellow line. He did not get there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Sometimes I think these defensive tackles get a little bit of a bum rap. We just see them as big guys that eat up blockers for others to make tackles. Oftentimes they're quicker than they get credit for. And this time he uses quickness to make a play.
They missed a field goal earlier, so possibly as a result, that's why they're going to try to go for it here on 4th down. They run. It's Williams. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. They were certainly in field goal range, opted to go for it. Hey, they were able to pick it up.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, but look at it this way. The kicker had missed one before, so they decided to stay out and go for it, and it worked. But now, just one missed field goal and you're not trusting him? He'll be visiting a team psychiatrist this week because he's going to want some answers about why they wouldn't put him back out on the field.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Short throw caught by Dulcich. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 16. 11 more yards there, and this methodical drive continues.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Working out of the gun is Nix. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
His running ability has been an extra dimension of their game plan thus far. For once, though, he doesn't create any magic against the front that's prepared for him to try and take off.
Now a 2nd and 6. Mims in motion left. He's going to get it on the jet sweep. Oh, this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Looking to throw. Nix.
Screen play set up for Williams.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown.
Javonte Williams.
He scored on the ground and through the air.
And the Broncos are able to widen their advantage.
And that's a drive that makes everyone happy on that bench because they accomplish exactly what they set out to do. take care of the football, eat up a little clock, end up in the end zone. Now they've got a cushion for the rest of the game, so they didn't just help themselves offensively, they helped their defense out as well.
Lutz will look to add the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. That drive, a long one, spanning 15 plays.
And it was Javonte Williams who capped it all off with a touchdown reception.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Well, if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Looked like both sides were anticipating a quick throw there, and the defense was ready to jump in and deny it, and they did.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Smith. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
Here's A.J. Cole now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. .43 yards on the punt, return of 4, and it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10.
The Broncos offense and Bo Nix getting set for this next possession.
They'll hand it off now. Williams. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd down and 7. Off the play fake. Here's Nix. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And the Raiders have got him.
Max Crosby able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And keep in mind, in addition to the 2 sacks that he now has, CD, he's also had a couple of quarterback hurries. He's been very disruptive.
To put it mildly, and it reminds me of the time I asked an offensive tackle who struggled like this in a game. He said he was telling the coach, hey, what do you want me to do? This guy's just eating me alive. And the coach finally just looked at him and said, applaud.
They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Going to begin the drive here with Madison.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
It's a gain of 3 on what will be the final play of this 3rd quarter. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the fourth. Now Smith. That's into the hands of his tight end Bowers. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
That's really good play design right there, and it's one that comes down to the offensive line. It's a deep in route, but it's only going to work if that line gives you time in the pocket to wait for the route to develop. Mission accomplished there as they pick up the first down.
To throw is Smith. On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's second down.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Now Geno. Over the middle, hooks up with the tight end Bowers. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 35. A gain of 18 and a new set of downs.
Oh, that's a nice job of clearing space in the middle of the field for your tight end. He's going to start behind the line and run an angle route, hoping to kind of get lost in the middle of the field. And this is put right on him, and he's able to pick up a first down.
That's to Bowers once again. From the 34-yard line, here's a 2nd and 9. Throwing now is Geno. And that one too wide and incomplete. The Raiders on third down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 9. Smith throwing again. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Daniel Carlson set for the Raider field goal. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. The kick by Carlson is good, and that'll get the deficit down to 15. Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. And as you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Good gain there on first down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to third down.
If they're going to get a first down out of this, they're going to have to earn it because there's been tough going in the interior there. And here we are on 3rd and 1. Be prepared. Brace yourself. There'll be some contact going on.
They'll go play action with Nix. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Broncos first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
And that's understanding where the markers are, because it's not just running to them. Because on the catch, you could actually be pushed back before the first down. It's getting past it and allowing that opportunity to drift back towards the first down line and still having picked it up. Really well run.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
Here's 2nd and 10. Nix from the shotgun. Short throw caught by Dulcich. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Here's Nix once more. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 40. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because, to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory, right at the 40. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. He'll get this down to the 38. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Operating from the gun, here's Nix. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Cortland Sutton was the man he was looking for, but now it'll be 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. To throw, here's Nix. Short throw caught by Dulcich. And a good job defensively. They stopped him short of the first at the 32. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Raiders offense and Geno Smith headed back out for this next possession. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. DJ Jones, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Smith now to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Bowers. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation. one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
This now a 3rd and 4. Here's Smith. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Out of the gun, Smith. Over the middle, he's got Myers. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
It's a nice completion, and a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Geno now to throw. He's going to air one out. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Trey Tucker, 32 yards. And the Raiders are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Well, they needed 3 scores to have any chance. There's the first of the 3 as they get into the end zone.
Yeah, Brandon, I think that our guys at Next Gen Stats in charge of the win probability are probably saying your chances still aren't great. But now, you still got more than 3 minutes to go. You got to focus on the task at hand, which is going to be getting the football back as quickly as possible.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it ends with a Las Vegas touchdown. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Broncos are going to get the football. The visitors' offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout. Now a handoff. Here's Williams. He's got it to the 43 here. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Again, it's Williams. They had 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Second down and 6 now. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Game in hand, the offense takes the knee. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Williams. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. So stuff for no gain on 2nd down brings up a pretty interesting 3rd from this distance.
I'm throwing the ball, and I'm not even thinking about play pass. I'm going to let them know right away I'm throwing it, but I'm probably giving my quarterback some room, sprint him out to one side or the other, and give him an opportunity. If it breaks down, he can take off and run for it. Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. So it's a win here for the Broncos, and it was their quarterback who led the way, Charles. Pretty impressive play for a rookie.
Yeah, the numbers don't jump off the page, but he was a steady influence back there. He had a couple of touchdown passes on the afternoon. His guys rallied around him, and they're going to come away victorious.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Las Vegas.